Good evening, Emory and Henry. I'm Kevin Anzenberger, and this is another sports interview, the last one of the semester. Today, my guest is the captain of the club rugby team, Nathan Brown. Nathan, thanks for being here, man.
No problem, Kevin.
Now, something I like to ask everybody that comes on the show, and yours answer will probably be a little bit more special than theirs, is how did you get here? You know, you're an international student from England. Take us through that experience.
Well, basically there was a student here last year, Kieran. He goes to my host university, Nottingham, back home. And part of our course is to do a year abroad. And he basically sent me an email and said, hey, I know probably most of your friends are going to Texas or another big kind of university. Why don't you have a look at this nice little small college in Virginia called Emory and Henry? And I had a look, I liked it, and now I'm here.
And you are playing the sport of rugby that you do play back home as well.
Yes.
What is your rugby experience like back home in England?
Back home. Well, I played the whole way through high school and at university now. So I'm just kind of part of the rugby club there, and yeah, it's just and now playing it here. So it's an interesting experience.
Yeah, how does it compare back home to now at a club level here at Emory and Henry College?
Well, probably the biggest difference is we've had quite a few people out who haven't exactly played the sport before, as opposed to, I mean, you go to a club at university and everyone's played at school, everyone's been playing for years, and most of our team, I mean, the most experienced people are probably myself and Max, our president. But I mean, I'm just really happy in the way that the boys have kind of picked it up. The dedication so far has been incredible. Couldn't fault them on that. So, I mean, I'm pretty happy. I'm a pretty happy captain. Something that I've seen and I've noticed a common trend in the rugby teams is you guys are sort of like a fraternity. You have a brotherhood. There's socials and stuff like that. What does that mean to you? I mean, that's just a massive part of it. I mean, if you go anywhere in the world, that's just a massive part of the culture. Rugby, I mean, you do a quick YouTube search, you'll probably tell it's not exactly the most soft sport in the world. It's quite hard, it's kind of brutal at times, and so having a camaraderie and a brotherhood is really helpful in that sense, because, you know, sometimes it can get a bit dicey and you kind of like knowing that the guys beside you are friends and brothers, so it helps. Now, what is the club sport, the level of club mean to Emory and Henry College? You know, we have a lot of varsity sports here on the D3 level, and you guys are a club sport. What is that? What are the differences between that? I mean, from what I've noticed so far, it's probably the biggest difference is the support that you kind of get. A lot of the onus is placed on us to kind of make sure that the referees are there, to make sure that the matches are booked, to make sure that transport, equipment, stuff like that is kind of taken care of, and there's not so much of a support system from the actual college. Bit of a shame, but I mean, it's actually worked out quite well this semester. It's brought everyone kind of together to try and get stuff done, which is really nice. And we've met quite a few of the rugby alums, which I doubt a lot of people at Emory and Henry even know that there have actually been a few rugby teams at Emory over the past 60 years, and we've luckily met some of them, and they've been great. And so, I mean, they've offered quite a lot of help and support in that sense. So we've got quite a big network now, which is, I mean, invaluable. Yeah, it's something that I actually didn't know at all before this interview, that there was alumni in the sport of rugby. Now, you talk about support. I'm watching this interview. I'm like, oh, Nathan Brown, he's a cool dude. I've seen him around campus. It's a great interview. Right. Where and when can I see you guys play? Well, we've just hit the off season now, so we're kind of done for this semester. But come next semester in the spring, we'll have a lot of training sessions. We'll have a lot of open trials if people want to come out. And in terms of actual matches, we're going to be playing half a 15 season, which is a full game of rugby, up until halfway through the semester at Latcher Fields, and then from then on it's sevens. And I mean, again, a quick YouTube search of Rugby Sevens. If people like the look of it, then definitely come and find myself or Max and let us know. So that's an advertisement here on EHCTV. If you're interested in trying out, come and try out. Now, what are the goals of the team? There's got to be short-term goals, maybe
is there a championship you guys can win? And then as far as long-term goals, do you guys eventually want to be a varsity sport here at Emory and Henry College?
I mean, we've been to, we actually made it to playoffs this year, I mean, which is a fantastic achievement. Actually going to playoffs, we kind of saw the gap between ourselves and the other bigger schools who have kind of taken rugby a bit more under their wing. So schools like Duke and William and Mary. I mean, the system that they have set up there is just incredible. So in that sense, I mean, short-term goals right now, it's just kind of getting the name out there, trying to get some more people involved, and just kind of trying to spread it. And in terms of long-term, I mean, hopefully one day it'll be a big varsity sport. I mean, the sport's spreading in America as it is. So if that happens, I think it would actually benefit Emory and Henry quite a lot.
Yeah, and I can sympathize with you because as a member of a D3 sport, I know our funds are low.
Yeah.
I can only imagine the club level of D3. But now you go back across the pond to England, and you're hanging out with your friends. You know, one of them asks you, oh, you're playing rugby at Emory and Henry, a small school in Virginia. How's your team? You know, are you guys good? You can answer honestly.
I'd say there's a lot of natural talent in our team. A lot. That, I mean, we wouldn't have got to playoffs without that kind of just natural talent that a lot of the boys have. The drive that a lot of them have, I've never seen. I mean, back home, maybe people take it for granted because they've been playing it all their lives. But, I mean, people have come in, haven't touched a rugby ball before, and have just spent hours kind of watching stuff on the internet, finding stuff out about their position. They've been asking me questions. They've been asking me to write home and ask people questions. So, I mean, in that sense, just the drive to actually want to get better is just, I mean, incredible in the actual team. So we're growing. If someone was to ask me, I'd say we're growing. We're getting better. It's not going to be a quick process, but I mean, as long as people turn out and kind of the drive that people have keeps on going, then I'm sure once I leave in 5 years, if I come back, it will be, you know, one of the best schools in the area.
Yeah, that's an awesome answer, man. And hopefully, if Coach Wilson lets me out there, I'll try to make it over to the rugby field.
I'm sure you'll be good.
Absolutely, and that's all we have time for today.
That's good.
So thank you for joining us here on the Island Set. I'm Kevin Anzenberger. He's Nathan Brown, and well, he's got a way cooler accent than I do.